Okay, so picking up there, and you couldn't chase it. The sewer was much too small, much too narrow for you to climb into yourself. And so you had made your way to the tavern with the others. So who's not here today? Hengillion, right? Solera's unable to make it. Okay. So you guys all arrive in the tavern. One of you was off with, or had taken. So you'd bought a cart and horse, or cart and 2 horses, I think.
Yeah, it
Because
was
it was
two
a super
horses
deal.
and
Yeah,
a covered cart or something.
that's the one. Yeah, because he was offering you just the plain cart with the flat back, but you had talked him around and gotten a pretty good deal on 2 horses and a closed-doored carriage, which is much more comfortable to travel in, especially in foul weathers. So you'd have a token for that. You don't have to take that with you and tie it up at the tavern. They don't expect you to be drawing horses through the developed parts of town. So you guys are in the tavern, and you'd heard that there was a guy that was willing to take you to the mountains to the south, I believe. Someone was asking for a way there. I think it was the Goliath. Yeah, Goliath wanted to get there. Oh no, because you saw the goblin. That's right, and you didn't want anything to do with the goblin, and then that's
Yeah,
why
I freaked out.
Yeah, and then you hooked up with the rest of the group because they were offering potentially another way to get to the mountain. All right, so you guys are in the tavern. I'll consider that you all arrived there pretty much around the same time. The ones that saw the event in town maybe just a couple of minutes behind, but for the most part, settle down to have some food and drink. And yeah, what's the plan from here? So I think you're wanting. It's getting late in the day, but if you wanted to set off in the morning, it's very little you need to organise to set off. I think you're all travelling fairly light, but it's up to you.
I'm in no necessary, I have no desire really to hang out till morning because,
Your scammers, or your scammies, I should say.
yeah, they're going to be looking for me. And really, camping is fun, guys.
So do you suggest that you set off today and just simply camp on the road?
Yeah, why don't we chase the sun, lads?
Like, the only thing Durga has been told so far is free beer. Like, they've literally not told him anything else. Like,
Some conditions apply. Free beer with only purchase of another beer and your sworn loyalty to the caravan.
Yeah, I think Ulfgar's okay leaving today, if for nothing else other than to get away from the goblin.
Well, if the group is decided that they want to leave tonight, I have no problems with it. I'll be sleeping in the back of the wagon while you guys chase the sun, so to speak.
Okay, so we could settle our tab and start to make our way to the cart and on out of the town.
Don't worry about the tab. I'll handle it.
And how are you going to handle it? Also, sorry, names, was it not Cecil? Who was the one that was coming from Durga? No, it was the Dragonborn, wasn't it? Hengillion was the one that saw the thing in town along with Cecil, right? Yeah.
Yep, I saw the little rat guy scamper into the sewer.
So you would be arriving back in the tavern just as sort of everyone's pretty keen to drink up and head off. Do you fill them in on what you've seen and anything about it, or are you fairly blasé? Not really worried about it?
Sure. Yeah. I'll say, there's quite some commotion out at the marketplace just now. Very strange. Perhaps we should be leaving town sooner rather than later.
You've read our minds. We're about to head out. I'm gonna go settle up our tab. Meet you guys out back.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got to pick up these horses and this cart, which I have purchased out of my own pocket, of course. No worries about that. I'm happy to do all this spending. You don't have to reimburse me at all for any of this.
We appreciate your generosity.
Roll a bluff. See how well you mask your intense distaste. thinly veiled. So you all seem to be in fair agreement, and you can settle up your tab. So how are you going to settle this tab, Durka? You said you're going to take care of it? I assume this means
tag.
not with money? Oh, sorry, tag.
Absolutely not with money.
Okay. So how are you going to do it?
Somebody that I know that frequents the bar that I've seen probably a few times, I'm gonna shift into their face and point to the departing guys and drunkenly say, "I'm handling their tab tonight."
All right. Roll me. So you want someone that's been here regularly? Roll me a streetwise. See how well you know those here. Obviously, shifting is going to be fairly infallible as long as you have someone that's legitimate. Good roll. All right. You transform into someone that you're pretty sure is called Rag. It's fairly fitting. But you growl out across the barkeep, and that's a thing you've probably witnessed this man doing on multiple occasions before. And the barkeep sort of says, right you are! And a chair goes around the bar as well, as a few other people want to try and get in on your generosity. They look to you expectantly.
Rounds for the night!
Yeah! And everyone cheers, and there's a big uproar and banging of mugs on the table. And you sort of sit back down amongst the raucous crowd. And yeah, poor old Rag, whenever he comes in to pay his tab, is going to be in for a considerable shock. Consider your tab done.
Rag for mayor! Throw some music! Dance, everybody! Like, try to create a commotion, and then as I move through the crowd, just shift back.
Excellent. All right. And you guys all make your way out of the tavern. I assume you'll be going straight to where the carriage and horses are, yeah? Does anyone have any business they want to take care of while they're here? Any last minute
Just
shopping?
buy one or two things.
Yeah, absolutely. You can do any last minute shopping you need. Consider that most things are available. If it's something really weird, just run it by, but most things will be here at standard retail price.
So a floating castle.
Yeah, if you've got the money for it, you can buy one. They have one tethered just above the town. They don't keep many in stock, just the one.
So no, just a hand crossbow and some bolts.
No worries, just subtract the gold and add it to your inventory.
So I noticed this Blade of Chaos and a couple of the other ones don't have prices, so that means they're free, right?
Yeah, that's always what I thought priceless meant.
Yeah, you can just find those things on the street. They're all over the place.
They have to pay you to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Oh, I stubbed my toe. Oh, it's just another Blade of Chaos lying about.
All right. So you get your 20 blades of chaos that just litter the streets. Chuck them in your...
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Oh, and a thieving kit.
Oh yeah, no worries. Thieves' tools and whatnot. Okay. Other than that, anyone else have anything they want to quickly do while they're in a settlement? It is a fair travel to where you're heading, to the mountains, and this is probably one of the few major towns on the way. You might not have any chance to buy or check in with, the sort of things that towns might offer. Guidance, maps, etc.
Yeah, I was going to ask if anyone had, like, navigator's tools. Because I'm not an experienced caravaner or any sort of like explorer. So if someone else has that covered, that'd be probably for the best.
Does anyone else have that covered? Who's going to be leading this troop? We're just going to follow the nearest road.
I guess I'll buy some maps then.
All right. So you head to the nearest sort of information bureau that offers maps and travelers' notes for the surrounding area. And for the modest price of 2 gold piece, they give you a map that covers. So on the big world map, for some reason, doesn't have the markers on it that I had put on it. Why are those pointers not there? Are the pointers showing for anyone on map?
They are not.
Alright, I'm going to have to hope that these are the same, going to be the same ones as before.
I think we're somewhere in that area.
I believe you were at this town up here. Wait, can you see that? Make link shareable. You can see a little green pin on the top now.
Yeah.
I believe you were at that town or a town near there. Wherever it is, that's where it is now. So, the map gives you detailed road drawings and directions to about that distance from here for 2 gold pieces. And he says for 5 gold, he'll also throw in a compass and what are those star reading things called? Give me a
A
remember.
sextant?
That's the one, a sextant and a compass.
I think I can get a better price in High Reach. Thanks, but no thanks. I'll just take these maps.
He nods. No worry. And he pushes over the scrolled up. It's just four maps that each cover a quarter of this area, and gives you the maps. All yours.
Okay. We should be able to track like direction with the sun, so I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not going to be difficult. I mean, you're basically wanting to travel directly south on a main road, so pretty easy.
We'll fuck it up somehow.
That's the way of things. All right, so you've got your maps and your rendezvous with the others at the cart are all popped up and ready to go.
Time to inspect my purchase.
All right.
See if he screwed me over with these horses.
All right. Roll me a nature check on the horses. Okay, so you get the idea that these horses are not fantastic, but for the price you paid, they are more than fair, especially with the carriage. The carriage itself is as well as made sturdy and doesn't look like it's had too much travel on it. Yeah, the horses will definitely be more than sufficient for the journey you want to travel, and maybe a few more of that length. They're nothing special, but you didn't pay top dollar, so you didn't expect much more. Appears to have been a fair trade.
Well, here it is. This is the card I purchased. Who is good at guiding horses?
I'm gonna whistle and look anywhere but Cecil.
Anywhere but you.
I see.
I'm going to gently say that horses were my tribal totem. I love horses, but we didn't use them as beasts of burden. So I don't really know what to do with them, other than pet them and love them.
Well, it sounds like you're the guy to figure it all out. And I'll pat him on whatever part of the leg I can reach.
Probably a low part, considering he's monstrously taller than you and you're much, much shorter. small kobold reaches up and pats you just above the knee, Ulfgar.
These horses are in your care. Take good care of them, I say.
I shall name them Daisy and Rainbow.
All right, you've got 2 horses named Daisy and Rainbow.
Oh,
And-
sweet Jesus.
And you guys set off from the city of Rastak. You travel. There's probably only 4 or 5 good hours of sunlight in the day. Are you going to travel by night? Or are you going to set up camp just outside of Rastak?
Where would I find out if I had dark vision?
It would be in your race details. I think kobolds do.
It sounds like something they'd have.
Well,
Also, how much would say, a good length of string and a couple of bells be?
They would be negligible monies.
Okay.
You don't need to worry about them. They would be down in the coppers. Yep, you have dark vision as a kobold. You do.
in that case, I'm more comfortable traveling at night.
Okay.
If the rest of the party is.
Well, for one, I have a lantern, and for two, I can sit in the back in the part that's closed. So I'm awesome to travel at night, guys.
All right. Sounds like you guys are wanting to push on at night. Now you have dark vision, so you don't need to run with lights or lanterns. Though every other cart you see that is traveling as the night grows dark, they do have lanterns, so they're easy to see from far away. And a couple that you pass shout out and say, "You should have your bloody lights on. People will think you're brigands." It's up to you whether you want to light something or not. But
Oh God.
you continue on the road. Do you do a lantern? Bear in mind you don't need to. You've got.
I was just so tempted to yell back, "We are brigands!"
You can if you like. If you want to try and hold these people up, you highwayman.
No, I didn't say hold them up. I just say yell back, just to see how fast they run.
Just to see the reaction. All right. Well, if you do,
Yeah.
do shout it back, roll me an intimidation. I know you're not trying to intimidate them, but it might be intimidating regardless. It'll determine how they react.
Let me just find my character sheet under all this shit.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, I have a couple of sun rods. So
I do have a lantern.
And at this point, I'll be asleep in the back, so it doesn't matter to me what happens.
That was so close to being a 1.
All right. They sort of get a worried look on their face, and you see him sort of his beast to take off a bit of a pace, and he watches back over his shoulder to ensure you're not chasing for a good few hundred meters before he's lost to the darkness. You can see his lantern fading away. Yeah, he gave him the old willy. So you guys going to light up, or are you going to stay in the dark?
Well, we have this covered caravan. We could probably just take shifts, just go 24/7.
I'm pretty much aware no matter what I'm doing. So, I can be sleeping and still be aware, so it's fine.
You can break for food every couple of hours, but
Yeah.
no reason to stop
Yeah.
for a night's rest.
Absolutely.
So,
You can definitely organize shifts that go through. How many of you have dark vision? I believe the drow.
I really hope
does.
a drow does.
Yeah, I think you do. The drow, the kobold. I don't think changelings do, and I don't
Maybe
think
not.
Goliaths do either. So it's about half of you have dark vision. So throughout the night, you'd need to have Cecil and Durga basically taking the 2 night shifts if you want to travel throughout the night, or turning on your lanterns and lights. It's up to you guys how you want to travel. But do decide and let me know if you're going to be running with lights during this evening.
Hmm.
Well, why don't we start with those of us that can't see in the dark earlier, and then as we have the cover of night and it's darker, then the two that can see in the darkness can go.
Sure, yeah.
That sounds like something smart. Why would we do that?
And it is getting dark now. So who's driving now? And are you driving with the light?
I'll go ahead and drive, and I'll drive with the light.
Sweet. All right. So it's around 9 p.m. or equivalent. And you're driving with your lantern on. The carts begin to thin out until there's only maybe one cart or caravan every half hour to 45 minutes. And it gets to around 11 p.m. when someone rolls me a d20, please. All right. So, as you're getting close to around midnight, and you're starting to feel a little bit tired, about ready to tag in the next person for the shift, you hear a strange howling coming from far away. You're probably getting on the map. You can see just where the road begins to head inland and away from the coastline, and there's not forest, but there's brush to either side of the road, and you hear a single howl on the wind, and then a few moments later another howl, which is met by 2 or 3 more. Seems to be maybe a pack of beasts out in the nearby brush.
So I'm gonna knock on the caravan and say, just be on your toes. Sounds like we might have some company.
Yes. What is it? What is it? I say
Some
half
kind of
asleep.
howling thing.
Ooh, dinner.
Hopefully
What?
that's what they are for us and not us for them.
Just a pack of wolves? They shouldn't bother us, should they? Should they?
They don't quite sound like wolves, but sure.
Just something simple. Do we have any torches? We
You
probably
have
do, right?
sunrods and lanterns, I think. Sorry, 1 second. If there's someone knock on the door, I'll be back in 2 minutes.
It's mainly because fire is a really good way to get various creatures away from you.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think because the adventurer packs only have sun rods, so I don't know if we have any fire. Really, not really much.
I have a torch or a lantern that has oil, but that's about it.
Yeah, but it's more of a like a contained flame, right? I'm not going to be scaring any wolves with that.
Yeah.
Well, I have 10 pints of oil, so
You know what? Just forget what I just said then. That seems like a real good way to scare wolves.
Yeah. Though also a really good way to catch on fire.
Yeah, this is an expensive caravan, guys. Please don't burn it down. Think of Buttercup and Rainbow, or whatever you call them.
Daisy.
Do we have a fire extinguisher?
I think I left one in my other pants.
So you've only been to us just shapeshifted as that one human, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so we would have no reason to suspect you for being a changeling.
pretty much.
All right, I'm back. So, the howling. What are you guys going to do about it?
Gonna try and take a peek out and see if I can spot anything in the direction.
All right, roll me a perception check.
I see jack shit.
Yeah, you don't see fuck all.
Can I take a look since I have the lantern up front?
Yeah, absolutely. You see not anything for sure, but you do see a couple of shapes out in the sort of trees and rocks beyond. Let me give you a map, not for any reason. I don't give battle maps for any
Bipedal
other
or
reason.
quadruped?
Son of a bitch.
I just have a very important question.
Yes, go for it.
Bipedal or quadruped?
Looks like quadrupeds.
Okay, good.
Some sort of beast beyond.
Welcome to your level 1 encounter, Phase Beasts.
Yeah, exactly. My
I
favorite
like-
creatures.
Do note how I didn't ask about their size. I just asked if they were bipedal or not.
Some things you don't want the answer to.
Yeah.
Now, what role are we missing? We've got striker. Okay, you do have a defender and a leader. Cool. I'm not going to get someone to run Hinkily and then you'll be fine. Okay, move him. All right. So
He's just asleep or something.
the
I think
four
we're
of you.
missing a controller. I think that's all.
The sorcerer's here, isn't he? Oh, no, they're not controls anyway. They're strikers, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm a very control-y striker though, so I guess it's
Same.
fine.
I like how there's already graves for us.
And someone's getting a sky burial.
Yeah, you just. I mean, some of you might recognize this map if you've played any of the 4E official adventures. This is the first one. But it's a good map. I like it. So you guys just consider that you're on a carriage right now. I don't have a carriage to put under you, I'm sorry. I'm a terrible DM and I come ill prepared. But the shapes appear to be off in this direction.
A low crossbow, just in case.
Alright. So you're getting prepared just in case whatever it is beyond. I mean, they're howls. They're going to be one of two things. Wolves or Displacer Beast. So they're probably wolves. And you guys continue on the road? Continue traveling, hoping they don't react?
Does
Perhaps we
anyone
should
have anything
increase
to make
our
a torch with?
speed.
I mean,
Sorry.
we have hemp rope and some oil. And a
Yes, I have
stick.
flint and steel.
Well, that's really great if we want things in our hands, but we need like sticks. Or
I have a stick.
perfect. You are the torch guy.
And once again, I cannot stress it enough. Don't burn down the caravan, please.
I'll try.
That is very clearly no promises. Just so you're aware.
Make no
But
promises,
yeah.
break no heart.
Like a 10-foot pole is so cheap that you might as well get one.
So, as you guys are sort of deliberating and your carriage plods forth, the horses get a little bit jumpity. And you see off to the side where these rocks are, you see a large, shaggy wolf standing atop of a rock, just eyeing you as you walk past. He's
My
only
bad,
about
guys. Definitely
10
a wolf.
he's only about 10 foot away from you as the cart goes past, and he lifts his head and he howls, and you recognize it much louder this time. It's right next to you. It's the howl that was in the area beyond, but he is met with a chorus of howls from all directions, and you see all around a number of other wolves on either side of the road.
No one would happen to have any like chicken or anything. We can sacrifice up as an offering to these wolves.
We have a kobold.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, let's not go that direction.
Literally,
I mean, it's-
you beat me to.
It's basically a chicken.
He's the chicken of humanoids.
Yeah.
So the wolves, they don't immediately lunge to attack, but they do begin to stalk alongside your cart as you move forwards. They are very much, you can see them salivating from their jaws. They appear to be eyeing up the horses who, as they get a little bit closer, a little bit further up the road, begin to refuse to go further. And then, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, Uthgar, this is your areas of expertise, I believe.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to gently sing to the horses and kind of nudge them on if I can.
That was not what I was expecting that would happen, but
I have a different idea. I look at that gray wolf, like the alpha looking dude.
Yeah.
And I take on a razor claw shifter look and growl at it.
All right. So I'll get a nature check from Ulfgar for trying to settle the horse, and I'll get an intimidate from you with a +2. But there'll be no hiding that you're a shifter from this point on for everyone else, by the way.
That's fine.
the wolves are among us, guys. Look out!
I mean, there are more than shapeshifters that can turn into things
That's-
like that.
I mean, it's not hidden that you're a changeling. Or it might be hidden that you're a changeling, but it's not hidden that you have some
It's a
form of
werewolf.
shape-shifting. Or a druid.
Oh god, even worse.
Oh, good rolls all round. So the horses with your soothing Goliath tone. Are Goliaths good singers, by the way? Naturally, or are you just gifted?
I'm just gifted.
Fantastic. So the horses begin
yeah.
to clomp on forwards along the road as there's a growl from Tag. And the wolf snarls back and takes a step back. And then you see the others sort of perk up their heads like, the fuck? Our alpha's backing down. And then the alpha sort of gets a renewed energy as he sees that, well, he's being challenged for this. Being challenged for this place. This is their territory. And he makes you roll initiative as he leaps towards the carriage and attempts to jump onto it from the rock.
While this is happening, I'm going to dip a crossbow bolt in the lantern hole.
Absolutely.
Also known as a ghetto fireball. Where is that button?
It's on
It's
the
the one in
main
the combat
page.
tab, right?
Either
main
the
page?
combat or the main page. Either of them will work.
There we go. Somebody can roll initiative.
Oh yeah. And you're prepared, you're well prepared, and it shows as you get to act first. You can see the wolves beginning to tense up and dive forwards, but your reactions are for you the first turn.
I really wish the combat page would say if it's a minor standard action to use things.
It can, at the bottom right, change the source to action, like that, and it'll change it.
Wait, where?
So on the powers tab, you can see down the bottom right there's a sort button. And if you click it,
Oh, there.
it'll change whether it's an action, recharge, or where it comes from.
Okay.
I like to have it on action because it already color-coded for recharge. Alright, so you're up.
I'm gonna dip the crossbow bolt in the lantern and then fire it at Grey Wolf too.
Okay, make the attack.
At just a moment, it's choosing a strength for some reason. Just need to change that. Come on!
Which wolf were you doing it at, by the way? The one
Uh,
nearest you?
Yeah.
Alright, so that misses. The bolt shoots past and embeds itself on the rock, where it, just burns to an ember harmlessly. You're going to stay atop the cart?
Probably the smartest for now.
Okay.
And I'm going to give it the finger.
A minor action middle finger.
Yes.
Okay, so this wolf is going to dart around the rock and attempt to jump up onto the carriage where Cecil is sitting.
Oh, please, no.
Oh, please, yes. And he's going to attempt to bite you. Rolling the first roll of a nat 20, which is completely wasted because it is fixed damage.
Oh, God.
Excellent.
So he leaps up. You're unable to get out of the way or stop him as his teeth sink into you and begin to tear you. The wolf is sort of hanging on the side of the carriage.
Do I
Which
have to
one's
modify
alpha,
my
by the way?
own? Do I have to modify my HP, or will it do it like automatically?
Automatically, you'll see your HP on your character sheet and on the combat tracker reflect that you have 3 wounds now.
Okay, I see it. Guys, I'm getting attacked by a wolf.
Good for you.
Failed to notice that.
What am I paying you
one's-
all for?
You're not paying me.
Oh, right, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
If I get you out of this, you're now paying me.
I'm going to shift back into the group, I guess.
Yep, so you can sort of scooch back along from the edge of the cart. I'm just going to put a square on that we can sort of imagine that the carriage is, because, like I said, terrible DM. There you go, that's the carriage.
Which one was Alpha, by the way? 1 or 2?
I'll rename him, but it is 1.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm going to try a lightning strike on the alpha. So I think I drop.
Bye, horses.
Oh no, so the lightning strike misses.
That's how it goes, I guess.
Does it have any effect on a miss?
No, it's just no, it's got an effect on this.
Okay, sweet. So the strike shoots out. You're too busy trying to fend off the smaller wolf that's attacking you that your shot goes wide and misses him. All right, is that your turn? Any minor action you want to spend?
No.
Sweet. Tag, you're up. There's a wolf that's sort of leaping at you from the rock, but is currently technically not on the carriage yet. But is within arm's reach if you want to beat him up.
Yeah. Just a question with something that's a close burst.
Yep.
With 3, so it's like the one. Like, can you see the thing that I dropped, or?
No, so that will be a close burst. A close blast. A close burst is out from you 3 squares. So there.
Okay. Close blast. Sorry.
Oh, it is close blast. So it would be the one you've got, but you can't turn them diagonal, so you can get like those 2 there if you wanted.
Cool. I will do that. And I'm going to flame cyclone them.
Okay. Do be aware that there, if you're going to get Wolf Pack Mate 4, you are also going to hit the cart.
Okay.
Don't burn the cart.
And that is a flame cyclone.
Course correction. Apparently.
Probably
all
the
my
2 at the
stuff-
top.
All my stuff's fire based.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Well, right now it is.
Like, you can hit the Grey Wolf too and Packmate too.
Yeah, but I'm challenging the alpha. So hold on.
Yeah, we need to invest in a flame retardant caravan, apparently.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so what's a
I
close
hadn't thought
burst
that it
one?
would be an issue, but it seems like it might be.
Is that what a close burst 1 looks like?
Yeah, it's just 1 square around your token.
All right, so I will do that. Apparently, I can't start things on fire. I suck for that, by the way. Ooh,
It's a good way to start.
that is an excellent way to start. Hey, Spite,
Yeah.
do I get a crit chart?
No.
Damn it! And there's
Oh
that
god.
on the alpha. And do I not get the melee damage from my rapier or nah? I don't think so, actually. Nope, so that is it for my turn. And another growl at the alpha, actually.
Oh, is it only max damage on crits in 4E? You don't get roll additional
Oh yeah, no, I
dice?
should have gotten. I'll double check because I think Spite disappeared.
Rip. By the way, since one of you played a rogue, do you remember what sneak attack does? Like the description?
Well, if you attack
Like-
with like a light blade or similar weapons, and you have combat advantage, you deal 2d6, I believe, extra damage.
Yeah, 11
Okay,
was
so you do
level
like
11.
Was my mic not working that whole time?
Yeah.
Not at all.
Fuck my life. So I was answering you. No response, no extra roll on the crit table. Maximum dice only in 4E. You get weapons later on that give you additional dice, as well as maximizing your dice. But base, you only get to maximize your damage dice.
Okay, cool. So that's it then, and I'm gonna growl back at the alpha one more time and keep challenging him.
Okay, sweet. He doesn't respond to the challenge. He's too busy leaping at you in midair right now.
That's fine.
Okay. And that will be your turn. The alpha wolf is going to leap at you onto the edge of the cart. He's going to shift and he's going to bite you. He hits. But he rolls garbage damage.
Son of a bitch.
So he deals 6 points of damage. And he does not have combat advantage on you. So that's it.
Cool.
Alright. This one here, he's going to leap at the front. He's actually going to harass the horses. There's no horses there, but he's going to be snapping at the heels and keeping them busy. This one here is going to run between the horses onto the front of the cart and attempt to bite Durga.
Rude.
No opportunity
misses.
attacks from the horses?
The horses are too busy getting harangued by the other one right now.
Damn it.
This grey wolf, similar size to the other one, but slightly not as good. He's going to come up behind, and with combat advantage, he's going to tear at Cecil and try to drag him off the cart. I forgot to put combat advantage on, but he hits anyway, and he
Right.
deals 4, so he's going to deal a bajillion damage.
Wait a second, wait.
Oh, go for it.
Just trying to see where my AC is. Okay, so I want to use the Storm Sorcerer ability, which lets me add 4 to my AC.
All right. So your AC would go up to 19. He would still hit because he has combat advantage, which would be a +2 onto his 18.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
You don't have to use it if you don't like. You can not expend it.
Yeah, I'll just save it then.
Sweet.
I thought I could dodge that.
Yeah, I forgot
we
to
have
put
hero
combat
dice?
advantage on there. Yes.
We do not.
I haven't put the thing on. We won't have them for this session. It's fine.
Okay.
We'll just go without them. It's wolves, man. You guys can beat up wolves without hero dice. So the wolf tears at you, knocks you prone, and is going to attempt to pull you off the cart. I can't seem to drag that onto you. Hang on, here we go. There you go. You're prone, and he tries to tear at you. His teeth are sunk deep into your leg, and you are grabbed. If something isn't done soon, they're going to pull you off the cart. Ulfgar, your turn.
All right, so I think I'm going to go for just a basic melee against the Grey Wolf 2 that has Cecil. So
Yep.
let's see. So I'm probably incompetent here, but I'm trying to remember the targeting piece.
Control click on something, or drag and drop the attack onto the token or the combat tracker. There you go, that's targeting it. That's a hit. And close to a crit too, damn. That doesn't appear to be doing your...
Yeah, no, I sorry, I hit the ranged.
Oh, okay. That's better. Because you should be doing more than 1 damage. So you deal... I'm going to take 1 off him. So you deal 11 points of damage. He sort of yelps through teeth embedded in Cecil's leg. And Cecil, you probably wince as its jaw tenses when it's whacked by this hit, but it is not enough to make it let go.
All right, as a minor action, I'm going to go and act my Scald's Aura. So that just gives everyone the opportunity to, as a minor action, so it's twice per encounter, but once per turn, you or an ally can use a minor action to spend a healing surge and gain an additional, I think it's 1d6 additional hit points on top of whatever the surge is.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm actually going to set you up a heal that when people say they want to do it, you just do it. You just drag it onto them, it'll spend it and add the 1d6 from you. So there's now a heal button you can see on that Skull's Aura that does 1 healing surge and plus 1d6. So when someone wants to do it, just drag that onto them from your sheet and it'll do it.
But it has to be on our turn, is that right?
Yeah.
Alternatively, you or any ally can use a minor action to allow an adjacent ally to spend a healing surge. So someone else can trigger it if you're fucked up.
Okay, I really hope it gets back to my turn, is all I'm saying.
Hey, you're only bloodied. It's time to go. This wolf leaps up behind and he's going to attempt to bite Tag. And he misses. Durga, your turn. The
I have
wolves
a
are
small
closing
question.
in. Yep, go for it.
With the shifting, can I shift, then do a minor action, and then do the attack? If it's like shift X amount of squares before an attack?
If it's part of their power, it's all in one go.
Okay. And if I would move right now, they would get opportunity attacks, right?
Yes. 3 of them would get an opportunity attack. Unless you can move 1 square without provoking an opportunity attack.
If I move north of the Grey Wolf, would I get combat advantage?
Yes. Yep, absolutely.
Then I move up there and do just a basic melee attack. I don't
Alright.
think it actually moved me.
No, for some reason. Have I got tokens locked? I do. That's
Probably.
terrible. Sorry, you should all be able to move freely now.
I'm wondering.
Also,
Can you attack diagonally?
yes. I don't know if I shared it with you guys, but in the Discord channel, you can see a picture that shows my rules for flanking. They're more lenient than the actual rules. So if you want to see what offers you flanking, if you're the blue square, you get flanking from all of those positions.
So if I moved here, I would still get flanking.
Yes, on Grey
The
Wolf
Grey.
2. Yeah.
So I move there, do a minor action, Cloud of Darkness,
Okay.
which is a one burst around me.
Fantastic. And what does that do to them?
It blinds them,
Oh, nice.
like 100%.
Not even a hit, just they're blind.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I stab the Grey Wolf.
Okay. And that's going to hit.
And I'm not done. Attack finesse.
Oh, you didn't roll damage for the melee basic attack.
Alright.
That'll hit for 6, and then attack finesse for another 6. And you bloody him. That is enough that he is going to let go of Cecil and scrabble back down the side of the carriage. You whack him free.
I'm not done. He's dinner.
And sneak attack. These poor wolves. So this Grey Wolf has no idea what's going on. He's just become blinded and then been attacked from behind, hideously wounding him. He lets go of Cecil. You feel it. Release your leg, Cecil. And whatever is lost in this cloud beyond, the wolf appears to be in there, and it sounds like it's getting hurt.
I really wish I had picked what I think it's half elf that gets something from another class and then gets sword burst. That would be a really mean combo.
Alright, so is that your turn?
Yeah.
I think you don't have any actions left. Cool. So this packmate is going to leap up to here, and he is going to attempt to bite Tag.
Why not the tasty little bleeding thing?
No, I think we're good. I think we're good with what's happening right now.
He's going to hit, and he tears at you with his teeth. And Cecil, you are no longer grabbed. You are still prone, however.
Okay, so my question is, if I target a burst attack towards the front of the caravan, would that also hit the horses?
Yes.
Unless it says it doesn't hit allies, I guess.
Well, it doesn't say that. So what I'm actually going to do...
Oh, wait. I'm just checking because I forgot Assassin Strike is a thing.
You'll have to remember it next round. So what's the plan, Cecil?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to look at Durga. I'm going to smile. I'm going to, a thankful, thank you for freeing me from
You
that
can't
wolf's
see me.
jaws. Oh, you're in the darkness. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, then it makes what I'm about to do next not feel so bad for me. I'm going to use a thundering roar.
Oh,
I'm gonna
fantastic.
open my mouth, and I'm going to unleash some real noise at the pack mates and the wolf that was biting me. How do I target more people again? I forget.
Just control click all of them. Oh, also make an attack roll against Durga, because he will. It's each creature in there. Oh, very nice.
Nice.
So now I roll damage. It's 1 damage attack, right?
And it'll go to all 3.
Dying dead bad.
You can't see
Okay.
it, but they all die.
Oh, there you go.
They also can't see it, but they all die.
And then I'm going to use a move action. I'm going to use my kobold move action. I don't have a thing that I can like. I'll see if I can link it in chat.
Oh yeah.
Me and each ally within 2 spaces of me, we can all shift 1 square as a free action.
That's very cool.
And then I'm going to shift far away.
Okay. Now you are prone, so you can only crawl, which means you can't shift.
Oh, okay. I'll still just use shifty maneuver, and I just won't shift. I'll just let everyone else shift.
Okay. All right. So, actually, I wonder if you can shift when you're crawling. I don't think you can. I'll let you do it. You're spending an encounter power. You can get out of the way. So everyone else, you guys can all take a shift except for Durga if you like.
Sorry, I accidentally moved the Goliath there.
I see how it is.
It was his shifty maneuver. Tag, did you want to shift at all?
Now I'm gonna fuck up this alpha.
All right.
I'm going to shift up.
Okay. And Tag, your turn.
Okay. So I can do a minor action and a standard action, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. So minor action, I'm gonna Aegis of Assault on the alpha.
Alrighty.
And then that causes damage.
And he is marked. So you're just using the second effect for this first.
And then I'm going to green flame blade the shit out of him.
Alright.
I would, hero dice that, but I can't. So that's it.
Alright. So it is the Alpha Wolf's turn. He does not have, excuse me, he does not have a combat advantage. So he is going to shift. He's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a shift. He shifts 4 squares to behind you. And he is going to bite you with combat advantage.
Dick. Just a sec, I gotta answer the door.
Oh my god, even with combat advantage. He's garbage. And it is Ulfgar's turn. As the large wolf now is up on the cart.
I have a nice plan for it.
I got a little something. I'm going to use my minor action to enact my bolstering speech. So, till the end of the counter, basically, each time I hit an enemy with a basic attack, one of my allies gains temporary hit points equal to my charisma mod, which is +3. So, I'm going to attempt to give you very strong guiding words about how we're going to win this battle. And then I'm going to do a melee basic on the alpha wolf behind me.
Okay, very nice. Man, skulls are awesome.
They're bards that aren't annoying.
Yeah. So you hit him, so you deal damage and get to give someone temporary hit points.
Yep, I will give those hit points over to Cecil because it looks like you're the only one who's really damaged right now.
You are very quickly becoming my favorite member of this party.
I've never played
Sorry.
a healer before, so I'm trying to at least be, conscientious of what I'm doing here.
So how do I do temporary hit points? I just insert them here. How much do I
If
get?
you just
Free?
drag that temp car, the little button, onto someone, it'll put temporary hit points on them already. Like it'll come up in a separate box.
Gotcha.
Awesome. So you can see on the combat tracker there's the 3 there. They'll only override as well, they won't stack, so it works as all it should.
This program is amazing.
That's really nice.
It's absolutely amazing.
It'd be
Alright.
nice if it was as intuitive as the 5e is, but it's still pretty rad.
Yeah. I think once you've done the initial setup, it's as good, if not better, than the 5e one. The effects... Well, I mean, it's hard to say because 4e has a lot more going on, so it kind of shines more. But, yeah, I like it.
True.
The packmate here, he's going to attempt to bite tag as well. He is following the command of his... Oh my fucking god. I'm building the combat advantage into the roll as well. He rolled a 3. He's garbage.
That's awesome.
Garbage, mate. Durga, paying for that critical on the first roll, that's what I'm doing. Durga, it's your turn.
Yeah.
You're still in the cloud, yeah? That doesn't disappear
Yeah.
yet?
It's at the end of my turn. As an
Awesome.
end of this turn, not the one I just did.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna move over here.
Okay, and you definitely have combat advantage.
Yeah, how do I do that again?
So on your sheet, there is the combat advantage button. Just click that before you attack. You can drag that
Where?
onto one of the... it's on the powers page at the top, under trait. There is combat advantage. Just under your attack finesse. That's the one. Ah, shit. Sorry, that's my bad.
Hmm?
That's gone onto the wolf for some reason. Are you clicking it or dragging it?
I'm dragging it.
Okay, click it, because it goes onto yourself rather than the wolf.
Okay.
There we go. Perfect. And now when you attack, it'll automatically do it.
And now to figure out how well this happens.
Very well. I mean, if this wolf survives, it's probably going to be trying to run away. Yep, you hit easily.
I mean, I'm still in the cloud, so...
But you're strangling it from the crowd.
Yes.
From the darkness comes a wire.
Yeah. I think it's this one for level 1.
That looks right. And the wolf goes down. There's just a gurgle as your garrot finishes off the alpha. The packmate, the wolves, they run. Do you guys let them go, or do you kill them?
Opportunity attack.
Yep, absolutely. You guys can make your opportunity attack. We're not going to bother with initiative or anything. You can all just make a free attack on them as they're running.
Like, I just have this mental image of them just seeing their wolf just get dragged back into the cloud.
Yep. Just throat goes back. The wolf follows. And that one's down. And is anyone going to try and take down the other one? Or are you letting it go? You've got
I'll
5
try
wolf
for
bodies
it.
here. I mean, if you're hungry, you've probably got enough food. It'll be sinewy and leathery, but
Wolf pelt self all that.
that's true.
And
Is
a
this the
miss.
one that chomped at me? Do you know?
I think they all chomped at you.
That's fair. Yeah. In that case, I'm going to try to shoot him with lightning
Okay.
if I can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. You get a free attack. Go for it.
Hell yeah.
Ha-ha! This one.
Yeah.
This one has got his tail between his leg, which makes him a smaller target, and he manages to get away.
Can I
leaving
do a
you-
lunge on him?
Can you what?
Can I do a lunge on him?
A lunge?
Yep.
Go for it. I don't think you haven't made it. No, you haven't made another attack, so go for it.
Well, he's not on the screen anymore.
Oh, just make an attack roll. Sorry, I had him already.
So I'm yelling as he runs off. Come back, food. Come back.
Yeah.
Your quick lunge. You leap off just as he's jumping down from the carriage, and jump onto its back. I assume with your dagger and
Rapier, but yeah.
rapier. Yeah, and he goes down, leaving you with 6 dead wolves.
Yay.
And
I
the
struggle
area
back
is
to my
silent
feet.
around you.
You are all quite capable at combat. Thank you for
Is it?
saving me. Whoever who saved me.
You're very welcome.
And with the wolves dispatched, are you going to carry on with your travel? Or are you going to stop and rest for the night?
We might as well stop here, especially if we're gonna skin them.
Okay. Well, you have a short rest while you're working on skinning them anyway, so feel free to spend any healing surges that you like. Your healing surges... your effects will all recharge. So all your encounter powers should recharge.
How do you use a healing surge again?
Very careful. Isn't it on the powers?
Yeah, you go. It's on your character sheet. You just press that little up arrow.
Yeah, under the wounds.
Ah,
Oh, there, yeah.
Do skulls have the same thing as bards that let you like heal more?
Oh, the
Yeah,
Bard
I
song
do.
or whatever it is.
Yeah, I have Song of Rest.
Oh, nice. So I'm going to go ahead and say that tag, roll a d6 to try and get your last two hit points. Because, when you spend a healing surge, you only get it once, right? You don't get it per healing surge?
Give me a second on that.
Either way, it worked.
didn't he have a thing earlier that somebody put on where if you used a healing surge, you got some kind of
Yeah, you get an extra d6. That was one of my encounter powers.
Oh, here we go. At the end of a short rest, you and each ally spending a healing surge add your charisma mod to HP regain. So everyone gets 3 to their healing surges rather than a d6.
I would have spent 2 anyways.
Okay. And tag, you just get yours gone.
Sweet. I casually go back to looking like the human guy that you guys were dealing with before. Like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, are we going to deal with this right now? Is this going to happen? This conversation about why you turned into a wolf, man?
It's not a wolf man. It's technically shifter, but I get where you're going with that. But
Like, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I just want to open this up to the group. You know,
I'm not a lycanthrope. if
I'm
that's
expecting
what you're wondering.
a lot of my best friends are shifters.
but let me tell you,
I
It
had,
is a
I had an
relief.
experience shifting in college. Just one.
Just
I
one
just think
time.
it's a really bad STI.
It seems like an odd lifestyle choice to be a shifter.
I'm not a lycanthrope, if that's what you're worried about.
No, I was never worried about that. You can't prove it. I'm just glad that you're not going to eat me. Right? That's not going to happen.
Not even close, dude. Not even close.
Cecil gives you a big thumbs up.
Okay. Oh yeah, as per the chat. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you guys. Roll me a nature check for the skinning of the 6 beasts.
Oh yeah, who's skinning? Like, who's
just one
decent
person
at
will
it?
be. I'd say 2 people can do it, so I can have 2 rolls.
Let me be one of the others.
Anyone have any bonuses to nature?
I do.
I do not.
Like, I have a +1.
That beats my 0.
What are you guys talking about? These abstract numbers that are not represented in real life. My
I'm a
goodness.
city boy, so you guys have fun with that.
Yeah, I don't do well with blood, so
Well, it might just be Ulfgar. So
Yeah.
Ulfgar, you can give me a second roll as well if you like.
Can I pickpocket the hides off them?
the classic pickpocket maneuver where you take their skin.
I pickpocket the skin he is in. Fantastic. So you don't do much of a hatchety job. I mean, I wouldn't surmise to know anything about where you're from, but you probably haven't spent too long actually skinning beasts like this, especially if you're from the mountains. But you've done enough that you get a fair idea, and you get about 3 decent pelts out of them all. The others are either heavily damaged from combat, tears and cuts that sort of ruin most of the wider areas of skin that would sell for lot. But yeah, you get 3 decent pelts out of it, and enough meat for so just in tracking rations and whatnot, I tend not to do it unless you guys are doing long travels to places that are, not cities or towns. And I track them in meals. So
Yeah, that's fine.
one person takes a meal a minimum of twice a day, and you've got 4 meals out of these wolves. Sorry, not 4 meals. 8 meals out of these dogs, these wolves.
So is this a kobold-sized meal or a Goliath-sized?
It is
Yes.
up to you if you want to take more as a Goliath, but for everyone that's not a giant, 1 meal is 1 meal. It gets finicky if I start going half meals and double meals. But if you want to be a pig and eat more than 1, I mean that's up to you and your character.
Like,
Are you
it
calling me
averages
fat?
out. Yeah.
Sorry, you all spoke at once.
Go ahead.
I'm just
No one wants to go ahead.
I was just wondering whether or not you're calling me fat.
I'm just saying you're
No.
allowed to be as fat as you like.
Of course. No one would ever say that about you, Uthgar. You're trim. You're looking good.
healthy muscle.
I'm just big boned, that's all.
I've got a
You're
big
big everything, big guy.
fantastic. All right, so with the creatures dealt with, you guys have had a short rest, probably stopped for only maybe half an hour to get this all done. And you're going to push on or take an extended rest?
I think we should probably hit the road. There's wolves around here. Let's not stick around for too much longer.
We're past tense, but yeah, I suggest we keep moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, blood draws blood.
Blood draws more dinner.
That's true too.
Well, it sounds like the consensus is to move on, and it proves a wise choice as you're traveling. Those of you who can see, or even lit up by moonlight, you do see various large carrion birds flying over and heading to the remains of the meat that you left behind. They look fairly hefty creatures, something you wouldn't want to be nearby as they come down to feast on whatever carcass you left after finished skinning and taking the good meat. And you guys push on. It comes to dawn. Sun begins to come up, and you are just arriving. If you can see on the map here, just reshare that, just make sure. You can see the road is meeting a large arterial route, and the traffic of carts and caravans tends to pick up. Not so much coming back towards Rastak, though there are still a fair few carts that do that. But the ones going east and west, it is the equivalent of a medieval highway at this point. There's caravans that are 10, 15 carts long with a couple of hundred people walking alongside or sitting atop each of the carts. Just masses of people moving masses of things along here. The forest to the south is thick and heavy, and the signposts from where your road joins point to a town to the left, or the west, I should say, by the name of... Someone give me a name. What's the town to the west? Someone who can read.
I gave the last city name, so I'm sitting this one out.
Well, if no one wants to give a name, I'll pull a random one out the hat. The town is Eldborough. It's the town of Eldborough, off to the west, and to the south, or to the east rather, the sign simply says the south.
I'm going to confer with my maps, and then hopefully ultimately turn to the east.
Okay. The maps you have do concur that the signpost pointing to the east that says to the south does indeed wind down to the south and appears to be the way you want to go. So you steer the cart in such a direction, and you guys set off into the heavy traffic. Are you guys going to meet and greet or say anything to these caravan travelers?
Might be a decent idea to sell the pelts.
Not my alpha pelt. I earned it.
How?
The killing
Dealing most of the damage?
Anyway.
Now, let's not fight. These merchants are busy. Let's not bother them.
Okay. So you simply travel along the road. I mean, you make faster speed than the massive caravan, so you quickly leave them in the dust as you travel south. You eventually reach, by the end of this day, a small, maybe 3-building town, which appears to just sort of serve as some sort of way station. One building is a large 3-story inn. The other building is a cobbler and blacksmith that appears to solely work in shoeing horses and other beasts of burden, and repairing carts and wagons as the main building. And the third and final house is a small toll station, which inside it is just a simple, 2-meter by 2-meter box with a window and a roof, and a man sitting inside who, as you approach, you sort of join the queue of people traveling south that are dealing with this man in the toll station. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes before the caravans ahead of you clear through. There appears to be money exchanged, papers exchanged, and the toll man just waves them through. There's no guards, there's no pole to stop anyone, just this simple man in a booth. And as you pull the carriage up, he sort of greets you with a board. Hello, welcome to Addingham. Do you have your papers in order?
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Cecil, and I am a diplomatic envoy from... what did I name it? Shoot, I have it in my...
I know you didn't have a name at the time.
From the Kobold city of Dark Rock, and I would request passage through your checkpoint as I continue on my way to High Reach.
He nods. He says, "Righto, Dark Rock, you said," and he pulls out sort of a foot thick tome and begins to flick through it. He said, "Find D, Dark Rock, Dark Rock."
It's a new settlement, only about 40 years old. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't in that tome.
Dark Rock, here it is. Fantastic.
Oh, good.
Now you'll need. Do you have your correct papers? A 43B and
Yes,
4
of
gold
course.
pieces.
Oh, yes. Of course. One of my companions has that amount for you.
He nods
And I
and
hand
just sort
him,
of hands
I
out
hand
a
him the
small
43B.
bowl. And you hand him the paperwork, and he flicks through it, and he nods and he says, "It all seems to be in order," and he passes it back. So this is something you don't have to, drop off at every toll station. You just have it with you. And he passes it back with a small stamp at the back where you've got the collection of other stamps you might have gone through traveling. And he looks to one of the others, expecting the gold, with his small silver bowl outstretched towards you.
How much?
4 gold. And he informs you that this will get you as far as Ike, IKE, which is this town here.
Well, now let's not keep the man waiting. He is the
I
busy
believe
man.
you said something about paying us to save you,
I believe you misheard things.
and about me eating you.
That doesn't sound right at all.
I walk up and pay the man.
Fantastic.
I sigh dramatically and glare because I was having fun fucking with the kobold.
Dinner.
Okay, I've just put the notes in there for you as well. They should all be public, so you should be able to see them. And so nods along and he says, "Please make yourself at home at the lovely little village of Addingham. We have the greatest wine and rooms." And you're sort of plodding along the carriage as he continues his spiel into midair. He does not give two sods. But yeah, you come across the inn just a few hundred feet down the road. And what's the name of the inn, guys?
The Long Rest.
The Long Rest. You come across the Inn of the Long Rest.
Such a poignant name.
Yeah.
Well, I suggest that we stop for the night.
I
Enjoy
suggest
some good food.
that we look into the blacksmith and see what we can do about fireproofing the carriage.
To make it safe for yourself.
How about making it constantly on fire?
I'm tempted.
Or would that be an enchanter?
Probably an enchanter.
I'm sure the horses would love that.
They can also be on fire.
Yes, well, do what you must. Just don't burn it down. It was expensive, and I don't have that much money, so just try to be responsible. Act with the best interests of myself in mind, please.
That is.
I will be
so
in the
not how I
tavern.
work.
Goodbye.
I'm going with you. I want ale.
Same.
Are kobolds considered medium size or small?
They are small, I believe.
Yeah, we are
Son of a
small.
bitch.
So you,
I'm sure they can find you a sippy cup.
yeah, you're gonna relent and come into the inn.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so you guys come into the inn, and you're greeted by a bustling inn. you can tell by the number of carriages, carts, and horses outside that this place is fairly busy and sees a lot of customers. The entire bottom floor serves as a eatery, and it is almost entirely full. There's just a part of a large table that is free, enough space for the 4 of you, the 5 of you, Hingilian's there too. And you're free to sit down or go and order some food and drink. There's about 3 bar staff who also appear to be taking food orders, and there is basically a carvery. So you guys pay for your food and go and carve off some meat and some veg and go for it.
Yes, my good man. Please bring me some of your finest wine and 4 raw eggs. Thank you. That will be all.
The bartender says, "I'll give you your wine now," and he drops a bottle on there. "It's a gold. And the egg? Oh, we don't have raw one." And he points at a large sort of wooden trough that is just filled with rather fine-looking scramble. Says, "They're cooked this morning, fresh." And it's it's about 10 a.m., 11 a.m.
I'll just have the wine, I guess. Thank
He
you.
nods. "It's a gold for the whole bottle," which is a fair price.
I'll pay him for the bottle.
And you take it, and he gets back to serving other people who are all vying for his attention.
What kind of place doesn't have any raw eggs? Ridiculous.
So I walk up to him, about as boisterous as you can get, especially given my stature, and I ask for whatever the raunchiest ale they possibly have is. I want the strongest rock gut they have.
He says, "We got tap ale and barrel ale. They both come out the tap."
I'm game for whatever then.
He pulls a big tankard of ale and tells you it's going to cost you a copper, so a negligible amount of money for the tankard.
All right, let him know I'm interested in those eggs that he had over there.
And he nods over. So the food and drink here is of poor quality and cheap price. The wine that you got for a gold is of reasonable quality, as much as you can expect for a gold. It's the sort of thing you'd expect in a place like this to be its top notch. But food and drink here is effectively going to be free for you guys. It's negligible money. You can eat your heart's content and drink to your heart's content for a gold would get you sloshed and sated. So you guys don't need to worry about money. The food is just the big bowl of scramble, some beast that appears to have been spit roasted. Not much of it remaining, but after you cut some off, it's probably some sort of boar. And there's some root vegetables that have been dry roasted. And that's the spread.
You know, Ulfgar, you should really try some of this wine. It wouldn't hurt to refine your palate a little bit. No need to ask for the worst beer in the establishment.
So I take a little bit of the wine and pour it in with the rest of my ale.
Just forget I said anything at all.
It is
Go
probably
about your business.
as disgusting as you can imagine it would be.
Oh, God. Dirk is also just gonna grab some booze. He's got food.
Eating and drinking and crowd watching to look and see if there's any marks or any way that I can stir up trouble.
All right. Roll me
Yeah.
a streetwise. You can do so as well, Dirk. While you guys are sort of eyeing the place up, a small dwarf looks maybe 100 to 150 years old, middle age for a dwarf. Sidles up to you. She has short, curled hair and looks like she's spent a lot of time underground in the mountains. And she comes up and she says, "You lot don't look like your average travellers. What brings you to this way? Never seen a man so big travel with men so small. And lizard folk like you." She gestures at Cecil.
Pardon me. What did you just say to me?
You're a lizard man, right?
At this point,
Oh,
is
this is-
the, obviously we can't like role play with him, but is the Dragonborn like here in this?
He could be, yep. He would be nearby, and just guesstimating, he'd probably be as pleased about this insinuation that someone of draconic descent, even someone as lowly as a kobold, would find great offense.
Yes, I am a lizard person. What tipped you off?
And Hengillion will probably interrupt and tell her to mind her manners. And she sort of apologizes, don't mean no offense by it. What do you prefer I call you?
I am named Cecil. You usually address people by their names. No, is that a custom that is not regarded here?
She shrugged. It's probably not regarded much of anywhere. Anyway, she sticks out a hand and offers it and to shake. She says, my name's Ukin.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Don't insult the beautiful lady. Your name's Ukin.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna let someone else deal with this for right now.
So I'm going to look at her and speak in perfect Dwarven and tell her how beautiful she is and how she should mind my companion's poor manners.
Fantastic.
And I'm going to add in Dwarven as well that he's a little ornery because we just let him out of the cage after a long ride.
Oh, man. Oh, please tell me you speak Dwarven, Cecil. And you can hear and understand all this.
No.
That'd be perfect. Does Hengillion? Ah, both of you only speak lizard. I mean draconic, sorry. Nah, so you hear a bit of a conversation in Dwarven. She nods knowingly and says, in Dwarven, back, them lizard type always tricking around. They're like half trying to take over the world. A lot of them. And she takes a big drag from a draft of ale. She says, so, like I said, group like this, not seen often around. This is back in common now. Why are you down here? In Addingdram or wherever the fuck we may be?
So I'll just let her know that we're simply passing through on our way south, and we've come from, kind of the larger city up north, and we're simply travelers passing through the tavern.
Just travelers, eh?
Well, we can be more than travelers. It depends on what you're looking for.
Well, just so happens I'm in the need of someone who's, and she sort of air quotes, just a traveler. Type who doesn't ask too many questions. You know the type? Are you the type?
I am that type. Do you have a room or...
Well,
No.
I don't think she's saying that.
she she shakes her head. No. Here's fine. No one. Everyone here hears everything but listens to nothing. I'm in the need of... She sort of looks around. Well, there's a vegetable, right? A plant, perfectly natural, grows in the ground. Some people look down on it. I'm in need of a lot of it. And a lot of it grows near here. Problem is, people who grow it, well, they don't like me too much.
I cannot imagine why.
She shrugged. I have no idea either. They keep saying I owe them, I don't know, thousands of gold, but I don't know where they get that idea.
Thousands of gold, you say?
So, is there any kind of habitual use of these vegetables? Any kind
What'd
of
you call me?
narcotic?
Perhaps ritualistic? Yes.
Says, well, it's only a habit if you enjoy it like I do.
So it's a recreational vegetable.
Yeah, recreational vegetables. You willing to help?
Very well, Miss Ughand, was it? Let us talk about terms. It seems that we have something that you may be able to. We may have something to do with this if the price is right. And she has Cecil's full attention now.
She sort of looks a bit uneasy at the mention of price. She says, look, if I had gold, I would have paid these bastards that think I owe them. But
He no longer has Cecil's full attention.
but there's there's more of it than I can handle. Let's put it that way. You can take everything that doesn't fit in this. And she pulls out a decent sized sort of Hessian sack. She says, all I need is that filled up. You can take the rest.
So why would we not just take as much as we wanted? If we wanted to do it, why would we give you anything?
She ponders for a second. Well, I don't know. Didn't really think that far ahead. I suppose you don't know where it is unless I tell you.
Do you think he'll be?
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, it's all you. You deal with this, dwarf, please.
Do you think it's worth more to them to find you, or more to you for us to do work for them? Because if you can't beat their price, there's no real reason to work with you.
She laughed. They know where I am. They know I'm worth nothing. If they wanted me dead, they'd kill me, but probably would cost them more than they feel it's worth.
Do you have a way to sell this in the local markets if we do happen to bring back more than just what you're asking?
Absolutely. I know like 4 or 5 guys who buy 20 to 50 gold worth at a time.
I think I'm gonna have to side with the lizard on this one. I mean, Cecil. Sorry.
Get a real steely glare.
The lizard wizard.
Sorry, mate. I had to use how she would know you, just because I don't think she knew your name.
Poor kobold. My goodness.
They deserve it.
She shrugs. It's alright, there's always more travelers. And she picks up the sack and begins to shuffle off away down the bar, where you see her approach another small group of travelers who are fairly nondescript, and you hear her go with the same spiel. Never seen a bunch of people like you before. Man, and one of them's a halfling. She says, a short ass like yourself, traveling with normal sized people like this, making friends, much the same way she made friends with you.
Ugh,
I think I'm going to keep an eye on her for a bit.
How much are the rooms at this inn?
Negligible.
Well, I suggest that we stay here for the night. Enjoy a bed while we've got it. Seems like there'll be a long trek before we make it to High Reach.
I'll go get the keys.
Alright, you head to the one of the barkeeps who you ask for a room. Says it. How many beds? Reaches for a board of keys behind his head.
First off, I'm shifting halfway through to look like Cecil because I'm not limited by size, just humanoid races.
Okay.
Can I see this happen? I'm just curious.
roll me a perception check. And are you doing anything to hide it, Tag? I assume you would be from other people, so roll me a stealth. Oh man. You lose track of Tag as he makes his way into the crowd.
Oh god. Fucking changelings.
So I would go up to the barkeep or the innkeeper,
Yeah.
and ask for 5 beds, and inform him that I am with or I am an ambassador from a kobold village, and I will pay him in the morning when it's satisfactory, but not a cent before then.
This barkeep you're talking to, she's an older lady. She looks fairly, withered, and she looks to you and she just smirks. Yeah, like I haven't heard that before. Money now, keys. And she sort of dangles a key in front of you.
I'd pay half.
Says I don't have half keys.
Do you need me to get my paper? You could follow me there. I could show you.
She shrugs.
My
Paper's no
certificate.
good to me here. We deal in gold.
Pay the balance.
You pay the balance.
And then I mutter that, like just insults as I walk away with the keys.
And
Gotta say, you've got me down pat. You've encapsulated Cecil here.
you head off, and I'm assuming you change back as you return
Yeah.
to Cecil. Yeah.
And kind of grudgingly give the keys to the other, or the key to somebody else, and say, well, try to negotiate for a better price, but they really stuck to their guns.
Well, at least you tried, Tag, and that's what's important.
Lady doesn't appear to take no shit from nobody.
But yeah, I'm gonna keep a lookout on that dwarf, because there's only one thing she could be after.
So a changeling can like shrink down then.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
As long
Yeah,
as you're
what I'm
humanoid.
thinking. Yeah, what I'm thinking is that she's looking for stupid marks.
She's looking for stupid marks to get drugs for her.
You can't actually do a kobold. It's any medium humanoid. It is size limited.
Oh,
Oh, because
I'm
I'm
safe.
looking at one point that says changelings can appear to be members of any humanoid race.
But the changeling disguise power, which is what you use,
Okay.
does
then-
say the appearance of any medium. I'm not going to bother. I mean, you can still be a kobold. You'll just be a large kobold. So I'm not. Yeah, you can do it, but you won't become small.
I would have assumed the appearance of somebody else trying to pass the buck off onto somebody else.
Yeah. It's fine. It's not going to be a huge issue, but
All good.
but yeah, Spite, would there be a role for that to see what her true intentions would be? Like
The dwarf?
streetwise, maybe? Yeah.
you can do an insight check.
Eh. Might as well, even though I'm garbage at it.
So in the meantime, I think I'm going to go up to the tavern keeper and ask if they have a house minstrel by any chance, and if not, if I can offer my services.
Okay then.
All right. So Durga, you're keeping an eye on Ukhan, and Ulfgar, you head up to the innkeeper. She looks around. She says, "We normally have people come and go. Doesn't look like we've had anyone come today. You're more than welcome to take the stage. We take 20%."
All right, so I'm going to spend my probably a couple hours up there regaling them with tales of heroic Goliath tribes and heroes and a few battle hymns and whatnot.
Awesome. Now, there's no performance check in 4E, is there?
I'm not sure. I
No,
don't think there
I don't
is.
think so.
Could probably just be like a trained trade. Let me try again. A trained charisma thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna make you a performance skill. I think we should have a performance skill.
Like maybe history if you're regaling them with like tales and lores.
Yeah, I feel like it would be charisma though, not wisdom or intelligence.
There you go. I've given you a performance skill and given you free training in it because I like that. There's a skill for bards. So you can roll one of those. Very nice. And you captivate the audience. There is people lapping up your every word. Do you have like a hat or anything? How do you take money from when you're regaling these tales?
I put my shield on the floor in front of me, and I'm assuming it's kind of concave, so it should be able to, hold money.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you throw in a few coins to start it off? Typical busker style? Or do you just
I'll
leave
help
it?
him out with
yeah.
a couple coppers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, you chuck in a few coins and tag them all too. And it gets the crowd going. And roll me 3d8, please.
All right, I'm working on it.
That's right. When you drag a d8 just from the bottom, you can right-click twice before you drop it, and it'll add 2 dice to it for 3 total. You can do that with any roll to add another dice of the same type.
Oh, that's nice.
And you've got to drop it on the chat as well, otherwise it doesn't spit out the results. So you can practice die rolls
Gotcha.
on
Yeah,
the table.
sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's all things that everyone needs to learn when they first start using it.
I'm just gonna go hit the washroom real quick. I'll be right back.
All good. Okay.
There we go.
Nice.
You earn it's 25 plus 18.
43.
43 gold in takings, which is great. There is some nobles in the house as well that appear to be the source of most of this money.
Nice. I'm not going to complain.
Yeah. So when the evening finishes, the innkeeper, who introduces herself to you as Istaya, she asks how much you earn.
I tell her I earned 30 gold.
All right, roll me a bluff check. Motherfucker.
Nice.
Nice.
She nods. Her bonus is not enough to beat that even with the nat 20. So she nods and says, "You're doing well. That's a good take. So that's 6 gold for me, yes?"
I go ahead and throw her 8 gold. Here's 2 more, just for the opportunity.
This is the night of 20s, though.
I like how all you got out of that by throwing her the extra gold was 6 copper. You got 0.6 of a gold extra.
No one said he was smart.
But that's right. You give her the 8 gold, and she thanks you. Says you're most generous, and welcome back anytime. Keep that up and make you a permanent gig. And she heads off. Now, throughout the night, Durga, you were watching this Ughan, who went around to several groups. Didn't get any biters, but you did catch her at one point. You overhear a bit of her muttering to herself. Some bastard's got to be coming along to get this. All I need is another sack, and I can pay you. We'll settle it soon. It appears she might be not telling entirely the truth of the nature of this vegetable she wants. Perhaps that she needs it for some other motive than just her own. But other than that, I mean, it still seems to be an illicit substance that she wants you to get for her, wants anyone to get for her. But the reason behind it, probably hiding. Welcome back. So, does anyone else have anything they want to do throughout the evening? Durga, do you want to act on what you can glean from this person, or?
Yeah, I'm just gonna run it by the group real quick.
Okay.
What do you run by? Wasn't here for most of it.
But
I'll let
she
you say,
might
Jack.
not have been telling the entire truth.
Well, that is very perceptive of you, Durga.
A scoundrel in a shady bar not telling the truth? I am shocked. What is the state of scoundrels in the world today?
Hush, Lizard. What was it that she mumbled again?
Something about how she only needs one more, and then she can pay or settle, something like that.
Did you see who she was talking to?
That was obviously to
Herself?
herself. Yeah, that was her muttering to herself.
Now, Durga, I've never known someone of the elven persuasion to be so interested in a dwarf. What seems to have caught your attention about this Ugg hand?
It just seemed like a pretty common brigand tactic at first. Got a couple of idiots that'll do something stupid, and they might not see the ambush.
I did not even think of that. Even more reason why we shouldn't pay her any mind.
Brigands have loot.
You do raise a very captivating point.
Not when they're thousands of dollars in debt.
It might just be her that's in debt, though. Maybe to the brigand. And that's why she's doing this.
Well, I have a couple tricks up my sleeve if you guys want me to go press for information.
I care not. Do what you will.
Might be interesting.
I'm just upset that the lovely dwarven woman was lying to us all along.
She seems so nice. So what are you gonna do?
Gonna move around back, or like move outside, go around the back of the bar, change my outfit, and move in, seeming like a different person.
Okay. You Superman outside, yeah?
Yeah, come in as a dwarf, looking a bit shisty. Like I'm the type looking for trouble.
Yeah.
And waiting for her to come to me.
Okay.
She pitches.
It doesn't take long. She does approach you after a short while. You see her with some group, and then, keeping an eye on her, you see her sort of straighten herself out, and then approach you. You look like interesting sort of folk. Traveling by yourself?
What I do, lass, don't need any help for it.
I can tell. I can tell from a mile away. Perhaps what you do is help people in need, yes? You look like
When
the
there's-
capable kind?
When there's money to be had for parties involved, I tend to be a bit generous in my assistance.
Well, it just so happens I have something that might interest you, not in money, but in material gain.
Materials can be turned into money. What you got for me, lady?
Well, there's this vegetable, you see. They call it grassroot. It's anything but. But they grow a large chunk of it near here. I've been meaning to recover some of it for myself. But alas, the people who grow it, and she launches into much the same spiel that you had before, giving you the idea that she just needs you to fill up this sack, which she places on the table. Just this one. You can take everything else. They might even have carts you can load up. The sky's the limit.
Where's this land that I'd be finding the stuff from?
A mile into the forest that way. And she points to the west.
Is it anyone's land, or is it just out in the wilds?
It's the Lord's land, but the people who grow aren't the Lord. They've taken a bit of it for themselves. It's wild, you see. No one travels there much. It's a perfect place to grow grassroots.
There's no one there. How come you're not going?
Well, there's people there. The people that grow it.
Do they have shifts? Do they have rotations where I might be able to sneak in where people aren't noticing?
She sort of shrugs. I don't know, that's the sort of thing you might need to figure out for yourself. I've never been able to get close enough to find out. I'm not the stealthiest kind, you see?
It's a bad stereotype that dwarves aren't stealthy.
She looks at you confused. Dwarves? It's not because I'm a dwarf, you idiot, it's because I'm fat.
Not that fat.
Look, I don't need your flattery, just need your fucking help. She begins to get a bit feisty. You gonna help
I
me or
mean,
not?
she is a dwarf.
I've got a little bit of personal matter to get to, but I'll take your bag and I'll bring it back full when I get the chance. Probably by first light.
She nods. Fantastic, fantastic. She passes you the bag. Tonight's a good time. You should go tonight. And she leaves the inn immediately.
I'm gonna follow her.
I'm following as well.
Okay, both of you roll a stealth in the tower.
What do footpads give again? Oh, it's just I move much more quietly. I don't think it actually gives me any dice as multipliers for it.
Just waiting on your roll, Durga.
Yeah, for some reason it didn't want to put it in the tower.
Alright. So the two of you, man, Tag, you don't have much stealth at all.
Nope, I don't use stealth, I use deception.
Yeah. So you attempt to follow her, but quickly lose sight of her. You're trying your hardest to not be obvious, and in doing so, you lose track of her. But Durga, you manage to keep on her as she heads outside, and she makes her way over to the stable where horses and carriages and whatnot are all tied up and locked up. And you see her go between a couple of carriages and kneel down on the ground, pull out a small container of some sort, small wooden box, and fiddle around with it for a short while. A few moments later, if you don't interrupt her, do you interrupt her? Or do you just want to watch
Not
her?
yet.
Okay, a few moments later, she sits back, and in her hand you can see a small wooden pipe, which she proceeds to smoke, and does so for the next 5 minutes.
What a surprise.
Dwarfs be
druggy-
dwarfs.
Yep, basically, the druggy be druggy. And based on the smell, yeah, you do recognize it as not any normal smoke leaf.
So I would follow Uthgar when I lost Okand, and
Alright.
then come up behind him back in the human form and say, "What's she doing?"
Well, at this point, I would have finished giving my performance, and I'm probably going to sit back down, drink some more ales.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, I meant
you
Druga.
just-
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
Seems to be smoking.
Nothing else?
Not for now.
And while you guys are following her and whatnot, Cecil and Ulfgar, what are you two doing? So Ulfgar, you finished your performance, settled down for a drink at the end of the evening as it gets late.
I'll buy him a round of his gross ale. I'll be honest with you, Uthgar. I did not expect that to come from you. You're a very artistic man.
I've seen many things, and my goal is to share those many things with many people.
I see. Well, I am about done this bottle of wine, so I'm gonna head up to my room.
All right. The barkeep watches you as you go and calls up. Make sure you don't mess up the rooms too much. You weird group. As she recognizes that you are part of the strange crowd of traveling companions.
I ignore this woman.
I follow up behind you and sort of pat you on the head and just sort of shake my head a little bit. You just can't seem to catch a break, can you?
Unfortunately, this type of treatment is not abnormal. I get it a lot. And, that's kind of why I'm out here.
Hopefully, the
Changing
further south
minds.
you get, the more understanding and the more accepting the people become as the diversity of people grows. This is kind of the heck north right now.
The North is not known for their inclusivity.
No. All right. I am unfortunately going to have to call it early there. I've got a bit of an upset time, so we're going to call 40 minutes early there today, as you guys
Yes, sure.
can decide what you want to do next time. Sorry about that, but I'm going to have to bugger off a bit sore.
See ya.